That was really neat, hearing about your kids, their ages and names and what they're like and how you're feeling them down the road. It's very inspiring. Hopefully it's inspiring to you to hear from other dads as well, how they're parenting their kids. So we have the backbone highway now. We got the kids on the road. We're fueling them, have a destination. We got our trip all planned. There's things that happen on the road that help us get there. Our road isn't complete without them. So think about when you're going to literally go on a vacation with your family, what helps you get there? Kinds of things literally on the road to get there.
Signs.
Signs. Stop signs. Build signs. This way. One way. Right?
Direction.
Exit. Directions. Those things. There are signs in this metaphor for parenting. There's parenting signs as well to help you guide your children toward that destination adulthood. One of the things we talk on early in the parenting class is communication skills. We have 3 classes on communication: listening, speaking, problem solving. It's kind of the building block, right? Because how are we going to help our kids get anywhere if we're not even communicating with them? Some of you talked about writing them letters and spending time with them in visits. So communication is a really key skill. And how you communicate with them at different ages. We have kids that are teens all the way down to toddlers. So we're going to communicate a little bit differently with the toddler, I hope, than we are with a teen, although sometimes you want to talk to your teens like they're toddlers. Having effective problem-solving skills. There's things that come up in parenting that, the bumps in the road, yield, you got to go around the detours and things. So having good problem-solving skills is going to be a good parenting skill. Have any of you guys ever made a mission statement? A family mission statement? Trevor has. You have a mission statement. You've made a mission statement. Great. So you're going to share that, maybe develop it more, have an idea of what your mission statement is. What are the things that are really make your family unique and different from every other family? So we're going to talk about mission statements. Our family values. Some of I was really tuning in to you guys when you were talking about the things you're putting in their tanks. A lot of what you were talking about, having a good education, having faith, having good qualities as a person, it reflects your values. And that might be a little bit different for each of you, what you're going to emphasize with your kids. So we're going to determine your own parenting plan and the values that you want to pass on to your children so they have those values too. So those are going to be really important. And then also having a vision. Really having, our kids can get lost in the fray, not really get clear ideas. They can be in school, and you mentioned having a difficulty in school when you were talking about stressful situations and they're struggling. To really have a good vision for your daughter when maybe she's losing her way. She's in junior high. Is she junior high or high school? Starting. So that can be kind of a scary time for teenagers. So keeping their vision when they're in the day-to-day stress of things and going through life, to have a clear vision of what the big goal is and to help her keep that vision. We're going this way. We're in it for the long haul. We're in it for the long haul for them. So now we have our roadway and we have signs, and that all sounds perfect. We're all going to get there safely. Unfortunately, that's not how life happens. There are things that happen along the way that are unplanned, bumps along the way, detours, things that happen. So think about when you're on the road, and maybe it's a stormy night in Oregon, and there's a lot of water on the road. Maybe there's some rocks that have come down and it's washed out. What kinds of things are on the roadway to keep you and your family safe when things go wrong?
Stripes that are reflective.
Those are awesome. Those are really awesome. I don't know who invented them, but we all use them regularly. Absolutely. What else?
Little things on the side of when you run to let you know it's the edge of the road.
Yeah. We're going to have to think about how we give our kids those so that they know when, hey, you're hitting the edge, right? Yeah.
And there's guardrails.
Guardrails. I love guardrails, especially on mountain roads. I don't like heights. You guys like heights? You do like heights. Okay, but if you're going on a road and it's maybe up a mountain road, and there's a huge ravine and cliff down, do you appreciate the guardrails? Yeah. So use them. Hopefully you don't scrape your car up against them, but they're there if you need them. And sometimes you do see them all kind of banged up, right? People have used them and needed them. So there's guardrails that we're going to provide our children in parenting as well to help them stay on track with what the destination is, what the goal eventually is. Our kids can get off track. So can we. We get off track as well. So we're going to talk about different parenting skills that we can use that will help our kids stay on track. So for example, one of our jobs is to shape the environment of where our kids are. What do you think that means? Shaping the environment. Sounds kind of vague, weird. What is that? What do you think that's about?
Like making sure they go to school, for example.
Yes, yes. And whose job is that? It's our job. So shaping the environment. Who are they playing with? Where, what's their room look like? Is it clean room? Are things picked up? Is okay if their room is a little messy? Some parents, they want their kids to have really, really nice, neat, clean rooms. Maybe teaching them discipline. Some parents, not so important, but you got to get all the dishes out of there when you can't have ants and bugs in the house. Things like that just shape the environment of what it's like for them growing up. The school that they're going to. Having consequences is another guardrail. Children do not thrive well in this world without consequences. It's the way the world works, right? So they need to have consequences, and we're going to talk about this later on in parenting, that are appropriate for them. You know your kids and what will work for them. I don't know what consequence will work for your kids. And we're going to talk about different kinds of consequences. There are natural consequences and logical. So we're going to be learning and talking about that. And you guys are going to be figuring out for the age of your kids and having a plan of how to provide them consequences to help them stay on the road. Monitoring. What's this about? Monitoring.
Keeping an eye on your children, make sure they're doing the right thing.
Yeah. How can you keep your kids safe on the road if you don't know what's going on with them? If you never phone home, if you never have a visit, if you never write a letter, if you don't talk to the caregiver, what's going on? And your kids shut down and they don't talk to you. So kids need to be able to share with you what's going on in their lives, and that's one of the ways that you can monitor them. Along with consequences to balance out is to have rewards. It's not balanced if we're only looking for every little thing our kid does wrong and punishing them for that, right? And giving them consequences, taking away privileges. We also need to recognize when they're doing some really great things. They're really trying hard at math. Maybe they're not so good at it, but they're working really hard at it. We need to give them rewards, give them an affirmation, encourage them. So providing rewards is an important part of parenting. Get that up there on the roadway. And then, of course, rules. Rules that fit your house, your kids, your family, that support your values, that you think will help them reach Destination Adulthood. According to their age, of course, and we're going to talk about child development and different ages of kids. So having good, appropriate rules that work for your kids. Now it's looking a little bit more like the Backbone Highway. It looks great. It's a busy place, isn't it? Mm-hmm. A lot going on. All right. Has anybody here ever broken down on the road? Flat tire, gas, car broke down? What happened?
Car accident.
Car accident. Oh, that's the major breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
Major breakdown.
Flat tire.
Flat tires. I think most of us have had things like that happen to us on the road, run out of gas, or, you blow an engine or something that, get in a wreck. So In parenting, we have a toolbox in parenting. My job as a coach is to teach you how to use the skills in parenting and to take various tools out of the parenting toolbox in class, try it out, see how it works, see how you can use it with your kids, practice it in class, and know how to use the tool. You can put it back in the toolbox. Next day you come in class, you might practice that one again or take out another tool. Like we talked earlier about how we're going to use emotion regulation in the class regularly. That's a tool that will go in our parenting toolbox. So there's different tools in the parenting toolbox that we're going to be using on this road. If you ever break down and you have a problem in your family and you don't know how to solve it, you can look in your PIO toolbox and figure out which tool might help me solve this problem. Do I need problem-solving skills? Do I need to give my child encouragement? Do I need to monitor more? So we're going to look at different tools and how to use them so you can help your kids get down the road. So privilege removal, giving good directions, keeping a schedule, having incentives, teaching skills in steps one by one. Oh, here's a hot topic, time out. We're going to be talking about that later on in class. So there's various tools that we're going to be looking at in the toolbox so that when you need them and the car's running a little rough and you got to give it a tune-up, your kids need a tune-up, the family needs a tune-up, you can pull out the tool out of your toolbox and use it. So we're going to put our toolbox up on the roadway.